State of the Art Art of the State is an exhibition that we have coming into this space next. We're doing a 24-hour exhibition. I don't know of it being done anywhere else, certainly not in this area, where we'll be accepting artwork from 5 p.m. on a Friday till 5 p.m. on a Saturday, and we'll have a huge opening on that Saturday night.
We really had no restrictions, so we really didn't know what to expect. By early that afternoon, we knew that we were going to have a lot of people because people started lining up as soon as we opened on Friday morning. We left a lot of things in there that were from the previous exhibition. We brought in a few extra pedestals just in case, because we had no idea. We set up 3 registration tables with 3 people at each table to accept the artists coming in, because by 4 o'clock we knew we were in for it for the next couple of hours.
You couldn't have a plan, so we didn't really have a plan for where things were going to go. It got to a point of where things had to go up according to size. We're going to start hanging the anchor pieces of the show so we can work around the rest of it.
We wanted to make sure as many people could participate as possible, so where it would fit, it would go. We had 4 curators, one from the Guggenheim, Tate Modern in London, the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art, and the De Young Museum in San Francisco. And they were all here meeting with the artists as they were coming in, as well as pitching in and helping us with the installation. The volunteers that helped State of the Art were wonderful. We really couldn't have done it without them. They helped us man the tables and filling out all of the paperwork, as well as we had a couple helping us installing the artwork.
Anne Brennan, as much as she's the director, she was by Holly's side doing everything that Holly needed to be done as if she were a volunteer.
Freedom Highway! Black 59!
John, our security guard, was in charge of calling out the numbers of which artists were allowed to come into the space next. He's running around like crazy, calling these numbers out, rounding up artists and bringing them into the space.
300 to 309.
We never imagined that at 5 p.m. on Saturday, when we stopped accepting artwork, that we would be installing the very last piece of artwork.
We closed the door at 5 o'clock on the dot because we were having an opening at 6 o'clock with 4 exhibitions, and we had to make sure everything was taken care of and cleaned and ready to go. We had a huge turnout. I don't think that we had ever done 4 exhibition openings at one night. And each exhibition was at State of the Art with over 600 artists. So, I mean, that in itself is huge. I mean, all 4 of the exhibitions were a huge draw that evening.
The idea about making the museum open and inclusive is actually happening around us. It's not just rhetoric that people are saying, you know, we want everyone to feel welcome, but then doing things that don't really welcome anyone in. This is actually being put into practice. Those words are being put into practice.
When you see the variety and the diversity of art, you know, from painting, photography, crafts, it's just really, really refreshing, and it's clear that an institution like the Cameron can really harness that.
Art museums in particular are really special places. At their best, they're a kind of alternate community center that's a gathering place for many different types of communities. It can be a kind of cross-cultural platform for many different types of people from all different backgrounds to come together.
One of the interesting things when you talk to people, not only about their work, but how much it means to them to have their work here. One woman was actually shaking a little bit. She said, "I'm so nervous. This is the first time I've ever shown my work anywhere to anybody." And she was so moved to have her work here at the museum and to have people look at it, curators look at it and appreciate it. And I think that says a lot too about what the Cameron Art Museum has accomplished.
It's not about this piece, it's not about this artist, it's about the event. And this whole gallery, this whole wing has become an art piece in itself.
To pull off State of the Art like we did, we were pretty happy with that, and it felt pretty good to get everything done, and we felt that everything was done well. It was amazing.